Hello and welcome to my next plant video. Today I want to talk about my second set of plants I keep at another place, and I'm going to start with something that is very dear to me, and it's this herbarium here. I just got it very recently, last week actually, and as you can see, all of these plants, they're yet very they're not looking good. They're still in transport recovery, you may say. It's a special herbarium, and that's because all of these plants I have in here are they're able to survive winters at temperatures that are common in northern Germany or southern Canada. So the idea I have for these is to eventually have this whole thing as a growing station, as my basis, so to say, and then to be able to get seeds from these plants so that I will in the end be able to put them outside into my garden. And but I wanted to have this like safe hub so that I always have a resource so that the plants don't get lost, which actually may happen outside. You never know what happens outside, but I can control this environment, and that's why I keep them. So I'm going to quickly introduce the names of the plants. To the top left, we have Drosera rotundifolia, and you can see that the leaves are actually formed in a circular shape. So rotundifolia basically means round leaf. Here you can see the hibernation mode being enabled, basically. So this is where the plant retires and prepares for winter. All the Drosera that are able to survive winters at these temperatures use this hibernation method. So down left here we have Drosera anglica. The leaves are shaped a bit longer. Then in the center, I have Pinguicula vallisnerifolia, encircled by a little bit of moss here. A European carnivorous plant, and also is able to sustain low temperatures. Here we have also a hibernation mechanism. You can see it's a little it's hiding in there. These are the leaves that spread out in during the summertime, and then during winter it hides in this Knospe, we say in German. I would have to look up the word for English. Then at the top right, there's a favorite of mine. It's called Pinguicula lusitanica. So these are relatives, these two. And it's very small and entangled in moss, but it's also very cute. So it's just these tiny leaves here and there. And the special thing about this one is it just lives for 1 year, but before it actually gets winter, this plant will seed new seeds by itself, meaning it doesn't require any assistance by insects whatsoever. It will actually seed out new seeds itself. I think that's really fascinating, and it's just cute because it's so small. So now we come to the last one, Drosera intermedia, and that one looks very similar to Drosera anglica actually, but when it flowers it's somewhat different, so that's how to see the difference. Here we don't see any leaves whatsoever anymore. They're almost gone, but we see it's gone into hibernation mode. So that's why the leaves are dying off, and that's what's gonna happen with the leaves for Drosera rotundifolia as well. Of all those, actually Drosera rotundifolia is the most let's say aggressive one. It's the most robust one, and it likes to spread fast. So if you wanted to have any of those in your garden, it would probably be recommendable to use Drosera rotundifolia because it's most suited to, to spread itself, etc. Now we're gonna go to some interesting Sarracenia. Here I actually have the same Sarracenia I have at my dad's place. It's also Sarracenia purpurea lycophylla. This plant is actually very well suited for surviving outside in cold climates. It has a lot of these instead of these pitchers. So this is also a philodilla-like pitcher as opposed to this one, which is a beautifully shaped pitcher which can catch insects. It has a lot of these features, and it has built those because it actually does get less sun. Now coming to my last herbarium I own, I'm gonna remove the lid. So just quickly recapping here, I have another pair of Pinguicula lusitanica, a very cute pair again. You can see that it's flowering to prepare for winter to die. Plant I'm focusing on right now, which is in the center, so this one. It's called Drosera filiformis, and I don't want to talk about all the other plants that aren't really relevant for the winter theme right now. So Drosera filiformis is actually an Australian Drosera plant, but it is very, very robust and also sustains cold temperatures very well. The cool thing about Drosera is that you can also hybridize them just like you can do with Sarracenia. So that's where it gets really interesting, because you can combine different plants, different natural plants, and get hybrids that combine different kinds of characteristics. So here we have another Australian Drosera called Drosera binata. Very, very robust. However, it doesn't really, it doesn't sustain winters as good as the other Drosera that I've shown you. However, I will definitely use this to hybridize because of its interesting form and because it's so robust. It can take temperatures up to 0, just it doesn't go very well below that. So I am going to include this just quickly. Now, here actually, you might have also noticed that the entire ground of this, I'm using a different type of sand, a different type of substrate. That is because I was experimenting with anorganic material. This stuff is called Ceramis. Just showing this as an option. The good thing is that you would theoretically never have to replace it, meaning that you can leave all the plants inside the earth forever. You get me. So continuing the winter theme, here we have a very, very small pitcher plant. This is actually the infamous Sarracenia purpurea that I've talked about. This is the one that has been hybridized with the tall ones that I've just shown you and the one that I've shown you in the previous video. It doesn't really seem to like the place where it's standing too much, though I have to say that I don't think that it's overall humid enough in this area. You can see that I have built a sort of ascending theme here. Because I was thinking, okay, plants that need a lot of water I'll put here, plants that need less water I'll put here, and something in between. But actually I've realized that the plants here don't really seem to do, like I've gotten it a bit wrong, so I'm gonna have to fix that. I think this is one of those candidates that does need more water. Last but not least, here we see another Pinguicula, which is native to Europe. It's actually called Pinguicula grandiflora. It's commonly occurring in France and Spain. And same thing with this one. It's got the winter hibernation mode enabled. Very beautiful to see. Actually, it looks like it's opening strangely. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but interesting. I hope that it's gonna spread out as well so that I can propagate it and put another exemplar of it into my dedicated winter herbarium. So another quick look, and that's basically it. So thanks for watching, and peace out.